And another episode of Brian Decoded Show. Welcome back. Thank you for watching. The problem of modernity. We have too much tech. There's too much technology in our life. Maybe you're passing by and watching this YouTube, and God knows how many other things you scrolled through today on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, or whatever other platform you're on. The amount of information that we're absorbing passively is conditioning us into staying the consumer. And in this consumption addiction, we're served ads. So these ads are instilling ideas into our minds that are not our own. And more often than not, they are serving somebody else's benefit. Your identity is shifting piece by piece until you're becoming someone else. You're waking up to be someone who is unrecognizable, a mere shade of your potential, a mere shade of who you yourself wanted to be. So, how do you snap out of it? How do you stop dopamine scroll? How do you stop dopamine watching? How do you stop watching porn? How do you stop binge watching Netflix or playing video games? How do you take control of your life? It all starts with zeroing in on one decision to discover what your dream life is and to not compromising, no compromising on it. That is how you achieve greatness. That is how you move away from being a drone, an NPC, someone in a gutter, and rising up to your full potential. We do not understand how much damage have we experienced with the technology. We do not understand the ramifications of non-stop consumption. And the first step to breaking free is going to bed on time, eating the right food, connecting with the right people. And it was never in the history of humanity, it was never this easy to go from a digital dark age to the digital enlightenment. All it takes is changing a few things about what we do on a daily basis. And it is at that exact moment when we make that decision to live the life we want, something miraculous happens. The entire alignment of the life you live gets reshuffled. And you build that business. You get that girl. You stop your addictions. You get great friends. And you experience travel, abundance, and everything else that you've thought was possible. It all happens in your mind. And I'll roll back my story to when I was 15 years old. And when my teacher asked us, what do we want to be when we grow up? People were saying, police officer, and then other kids laughed. And I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a lawyer. The only person who said, I want to be a business owner in the United States of America was this guy. And she started laughing. My teacher started laughing at me. That was a long time ago. But 15-year-old me knew what he wanted. And he went and got it. If this doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. But it is honest to God truth. Because I was in Serbia back in the day. I was never in this country. It was a distant dream, something that most people wouldn't even dream over there. And I made it real. So now, when I look back at that story, at that boy who was having those dreams, and coming back to today, I have a moral obligation to go to the full extent of my story. And in doing so, I know I'm paving the road, I'm paving the path for someone else who needs to follow their own dreams. Because at the end of the day, the only time that your life stops having meaning is when you stop dreaming. If you do not have illusions of grandeur, if you don't keep going down the path that you've set yourself to go down, that is the moment that you've died before your official death. And most people are living in this sad state of mind and this apathy, and they're seeking purpose. They're seeking the light from within, and they're seeking it outside of themselves instead of looking into their dark soul and saying, I've had enough of this crap. It's time for me to wake the fuck up. You were born in with everything. Had no bombs flying over your head. Maybe one of the things that got you upset was a big fire of LA or 9/11. But these are minuscule horrors and tragedies in comparison to what is happening in the rest of the world. They're minor blips in the universe. Not to disrespect the victims or anything of that matter, but the only reason why these resonate more with you is the fact that they are here. But if you empathize with things that are happening outside of here, every single one of you got it great. And the reason why there is apathy is because you allowed yourself to deteriorate into purposelessness that was orchestrated upon your life by the factors such as media, Netflix, television, YouTube now, everything. Because you're allowing, with no filter, everything to penetrate into your subconscious, and you're allowing things to program your mind. It is not until you decide that you are the person that writes the source code of your own mind, until you reach that point, nothing gets better. Until you start organizing your own routine, that is when things start to crystallize. The path starts illuminating itself in front of you, because you structured that day. You decided what is happening, not someone else. You can easily get sidetracked. Money here, money there. But when you set yourself down on a path that you yourself want to go, that is when life starts to make a whole lot of sense. When you yourself start creating value, and you are not dictating, you're not being dictated by the external factors. When the compass starts from within, but not from the outside. When you stop chasing jobs, careers, business opportunities, but you go and make them in alignment with who you truly are, that is when things get much, much better. Not because you've heard some guru on YouTube say it. Not because the course you've bought. but because you yourself figured out what is the impact that you want to leave on the world. Only then, with the experience, will you be able to carve your own body, carve your own mind, and carve your own legacy. Sign up for my newsletter, bryanddecoded.com. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night.